the unspoken theme that's really reoccurring is the fact that we have to dismantle the traditional society in order to create a new social order. I don't know how many times I have heard creating a new social order and I'm on the second day. Like I'm not even halfway through the second day at CSW 63, and we have to recreate a new structural social order. And I don't entirely know what that means specifically because I'm at a UN function. Bizarre. So there's a lot of dismantlement that is wanting to occur coming from these people.
It's you know, uh, most people, especially people concerned with poverty and lack of education and instability for women and girls, would be advocating for the safety and security of a family headed by a mother and a father in particular. But it sounds like the UN wants to do something completely different. And we've seen what happens when you dismantle the family play out in the first world.
Exactly.
We see it in criminal recidivism rates. We see it in poverty rates. The number one predictor of whether or not you're going to grow up poor is whether or not you have a dad in the household. And it sounds like that is not something that the United Nations is considering at all.
Exactly. Well, and a lot of what they're wanting to talk about, because CSW is focused primarily around women and girls,
Yeah.
is that they want to empower women. And when they say empower, you have to understand that the UN and their committees, their commissions often use language that sounds great, but it has an underlying message. And so empowerment really means providing them with education, and not necessarily good education, but getting them into schools and making sure that women and girls do not feel obligated to have families when that is a part of their cultural heritage and it's actually celebrated within the fabric of their communities. So making sure that they are straight away from promoting their communities and social, what was the word I'm looking for, encouraging proper social structure. What we would call in the West traditional social structure, which is actually a healthy way of living, in order to get them into schools and promote education and career above what is celebrated within countries, which is the family. And so a lot of women here at CSW don't even want there to be the role of dad, the name, the very title dad. They do not want that even to be a part of the heritage and of countries' cultural structures. Because remember, the traditional structure of the family is what they want to dismantle. So the very fact that you're talking about the title of dad, they don't want that because they believe that women that stand alone are more empowered than if they were suppressed in a marriage or in a union with a man. You have to understand that they want to dismantle that entitle the patriarchy, the evil patriarchy. That is what they want to dismantle.
The evil patriarchy where women and children have been safest for thousands and thousands of years, that's allowed the species to propagate across the entire earth. The United Nations wants to undo that. Now, what do they want to replace that with? The government?
You hit the nail on the head.
That's an excerpt from my weekly show, The Gunn Show. It airs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Each week, I bring you an informal interview with an interesting newsmaker or citizen activist you might not have heard of, but who is making a big difference in Canadian politics. And we'll talk about issues in a way you'll never see done in the mainstream media. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.